we are going to review percents. So the first thing you need to know is how to turn a fraction into a percent. So when you want to turn this fraction, so let's say 3/7 or 3/7 into a percent, this is just 3 divided by 7. Whenever you have the fraction sign, remember that's where you can divide. So in the calculator, you would just do the top number, the numerator, 3 divided by the denominator, 7. And you could round this off, you would get 0.43 rounded. All right, then if you have a percent and you want to make it a fraction or a decimal, you always put this number, the percent number, over 100. So if I put the percent number over 100, that would be what you would get if you wanted it as a fraction. And then you could put it in the calculator like we did here, 21 divided by 100, and you would get your answer of 0.21 as a decimal. Now, even if you have a decimal and it's a percent, you still put it over 100. So this would still be 3.8 over 100. And then you would put that in the calculator, 3.8 divided by 100, and you would get 0.038. So that is how to convert from fractions to decimals or percents to fractions to decimals, so you can convert back and forth. The next thing you need to know is when you're looking at a problem, how to solve problems like this. So the two key things you want to know is of means to multiply, and is where you put your equal sign. So if I have this right here, first off, if I ever have a percent, I can't put a percent in the calculator. I have to make it a decimal like we did up here. So 20% as a decimal, if I solve like I did here, that would be 0.20. Of is where we multiply, so times, and then 200. So if I put 0.20 times 200 in my calculator, I would get the answer of 40. Now, sometimes it's going to ask you some vocabulary about what is the base, what's the amount, and what's the percent. When you're looking at something like this, the percent is always the one that has a percent symbol. So 20 would be the percent. So you take that away, because that's kind of the easiest to find. And then if you look at your other two numbers, so 240, you want to think base is always bigger. So base bigger, so 240, the base is bigger. So this would be the base, and this would be the amount. And then again, the percent is always the one that has the percent symbol. So even looking at this problem right here, 24 is what percent of 600? We could use this over here to solve for it, but even before we do that, we can look at these two numbers. We don't know the percent, so we have two other numbers. Base is always bigger. So our base is going to be the 600. The amount is going to be 24. And what we solve for with the percent symbol, that will be the percent. So when we solve this, we have 24 is, that's where you put your equal sign. What percent, that's what we're finding. So that's our variable of x. Of is where we multiply, and then 600. So now we have this problem to solve. So to get the x by itself, we would divide both sides by 600. And then you would get x equals 24 divided by 600 is 0.04. Or if you wanted to write this as a percent, you can always take a decimal, multiply by 100, or move this 2 places to the right. So if I multiply by 100, this is the same thing as 4%. So 4 would be my percent, 600 is my base, because base is bigger out of the two numbers without a percent, and 24 would be my amount.